All right, welcome back, everyone. We are back from our little short break. I'm back with our guest, Ricardo Robinson, and our next guest, Rashina Berrick, is coming on as well shortly. Yes, the economy and jobs, Mr. Robinson. The economy, as many experts say right now, it is in a bad state, especially with the ravish of the COVID pandemic that have destroyed the sectors for job growth. The economy is not looking good for the government at the moment. Um, it is in a fragile state, so to speak, as many would say. Is that a fair assessment?
Well, it all depends on one look at the economy because in essence, if you look at it from the point of view of employment, one would say yes, the numbers reflect that there is a growth in employment.
But a lot of people still can't find jobs.
Right, but then the question is what type of jobs are available, and then one would say the banks are benefiting financially a lot, while the middle class and the lower sector persons not able to see the benefit of the economic as whole. The large industry will be benefit from it as we speak. So there's a mix. I
People
would
are
say
calling
out of
people are
10.
calling people are calling this economy the JLP trickle down economy. Out of 10, how much you doing in the state of Jamaica's economy right now?
Out of 10 right now, I would give it 7.7.
Mm.
Yes, and there's a good reason for that, and you have to give credit where credit is due. That the minister, Dr. Nigel Clark, has been spearheading and steering the economy of this country on a steady path. And despite it's not reflected on every single household,
Yeah.
but you could see the plan and the progress being made with getting interest rate and the Bank of Jamaica able to set sort of benchmark. The institution are following in that steps, trying to get the currency
Why?
at
So
a
why? Why?
level.
So. I think I should call you Senator Robinson. But Mr. Robinson, why is all of this not being trickled down in the communities? Why a person is not feeling it, in their pockets are on payday? What's happening?
There are several factors why persons are not seeing the benefit on payday. And let us be frank, the middle class, which is like police and teachers and nurses, that section of the middle class and working class people tend to get paid month. So
Right.
you may not.
But a lot of private sector people get paid monthly as well.
Yes, some private sector get paid monthly and others bi-monthly. So what you're really seeing is that persons are working below the middle class be antomos, right? So they work from paycheck to paycheck. While based on the economy in the country now, a person may be able to have one car and working and still paying mortgage for their house and still paying for that car. So they find themselves in a situation where they are in a good state, but at the same time, they're not comfortable. Meaning that they still have to put out more in order to say, yes, I
But
mean,
you know what I noticed with this economy?
yes,
I appreciate some things that you said, and I appreciate some of the things that the minister is trying to do on a
yes,
financial, economical scale. But what I noticed, as somebody, as a citizen going out in the town, and so I noticed more sellers than buyers. I notice more people begging.
Yes.
Right? So it is a call for concern. People are saying that the salary is not increasing with the time. You see inflation taking a toll, and
Yes.
people and the cost of living for basic food items are going up. And things are going up. You look at basic food items going up, the cost of housing, people can't even afford to buy a house. The cost of housing is going up, and when housing go up, the mortgage rates go up. So people are crying, you know.
But Chris, and I take your point, and I agree with that 100%. But what the optics and the politics may reflect is this: when you take a look in Kingston and St. Catherine, the greater St. Catherine, Portmore, Spanish Town, you'll be seeing more rise building, and one would say the economy is going good, but the little man is not benefiting. And I take your point, because guess what? Where the banks able to provide loans for persons to open their small business and credits, is not every single person may be able to go into the credit union and the banks to get that credit. What is guaranteed is that if your standing is good, you're guaranteed that the bank will call it tomorrow and say, here what, we can lend a 1.7 million to get out a Tida or a Corolla or a station wagon car. But they will not be able to give you, if you come with a good plan, say, here what, I have a plan, you know, and I think I can raise 100,000 within a month if you lend me this for raise 200 chickens. The bank will say, I can't take that risk, because mongoose might come, rat might come, dog might come and eat the chicken, but they will prefer to give you the money to get the car, because they guarantee that you have to pay that back. So I take the point, Chris. So I take the point. So in terms of servicing, we can see that the country is growing, but in terms of person benefiting, able to buy a pound of rice, a pound of sugar, it may not reflect greatly on every single individual, because if you look at the world market, Russia continued to fight Ukraine, grain pause, and if the grain not coming into the Caribbean, the corn and the wheat, obviously oil price will be going up, person will start to feel it, and it's only the fittest of the fittest survive, and that leaves us now to utilize what we have, meaning that use breadfruit and put it and make it flour. Use cassava.
I know.
So I can go on and on, but guess what? I know Rashina have a point to say on this as well.
Right. Yes. So I was a bit out, but in terms of, for me, are you hearing me?
Yes,
loud and clear.
Yes.
All right, awesome. What was the question? What did you ask him before?
We're looking at the economy and the job.
Just your overall
assessment.
What do you think about the economy at this time?
Me, I agreed with Rickard that Dr. Nigel Clark, he's doing a fantastic job. But then you have, he's not?
Yes, he's doing a good job. Yes.
Continue.
Because shaking his head. Oh, he's doing a good job. But in terms of the people, like, we're not seeing the whole effect of that. Nice things that he's doing. Because I think we don't want to accept all of those. Jamaica, we want to see the big thing. Like, we want to see the money go up, we want to see jobs, money increasing. That also shows that something is really happening, but it's not. You have most people, they don't want to work. No young people want to work.
Point taken. Yes, point taken, Miss Berrick. I'm gonna, because of time, I'm gonna have to cut you there.
Yes.
Now that we are recovering from the pandemic, we're coming out of the pandemic now. In terms of jobs, going forward, how many jobs do you see being created in the different sectors. Like, do you see Jamaica jumping back from the setback, we call it, in terms of job creation?
Yes, I mean the hotel industry really need persons. We have seen signs now starting to be on certain stores we're hiring now. I mean, when last time you see stores having signs like that, we're hiring now? I mean, it's been years since that sign has been on doors. I'm one thing you're watching the movies, you're seeing the sign. We are hiring now. It's like a man can literally come off the streets with his resume, open the door and say, I'm on the sign, you're hired, I'm here. But the truth of the matter is this, the call center, the hotel industry, really looking for persons. And the most importantly, early up in the year, we're struggling to find mason and carpenter and tile because we lack the skill and the ability to produce these persons through the.
And I'm gonna get to that. I'm gonna get to that during education and training. Let's look at the tourism and travel. I mean, based on the numbers that I've seen, even though we have the high crime rate, and crime is a deterrent. So when you have a high level of crime happening, you expect that the impact it would have on tourism would be significant. But we see that the tourism travel to Jamaica over the last 6 months has been consistent. What is your take on that, Mr. Robinson? You think it's just because of the brand name Jamaica?
Let me tell her, Chris.
Or is it some marketing that is happening behind the scene?
Let tell her.
Or is it that Ed Bartlett is doing a fantastic job?
Ed Bartlett, name Ed Bartlett for a reason. Here, Ed Bartlett. He's the Ed. And that is the reason why I have that post. He's the Ed, and he's doing a fabulous job. I mean, one minister you just say, I mean, you're a great planner, but you're not the great implementer.
Implementer, oh God.
But guess what? Ed Bartlett, no, I'm not defending the minister coming to say that for the minister. But we're just looking at the facts and what is there presented, because we entitled to our own opinion, but you're not entitled to our own facts. And the numbers does not lie. The thing about the tourism market, Jamaica has always been a place where persons want to come. And the brand Jamaica, Team Jamaica, transcend a lot right across the world. Bob Marley, the music, the food, the sports. Trust me, anywhere in the world, you hear Jamaica, one love through Bob Marley. You see it both is another factor that keeps reaping in more and more. And then after all, the beaches. I mean, the numbers doesn't lie. I mean, everybody wants to go to Duns River Falls or YS Falls in St. Elizabeth, or go to Ginger Hill and look down and the valley.
They want to take a trip up the Blue Mountains,
Yeah, and I mean, St. Thomas is open up now, and I mean, can you imagine next year? I mean, hotels with the new highway. I mean, great opportunity here for tourists.
I mean, looking at it, I mean, I expected when the crime spiked a couple months ago, I thought it was going to hit the country hard in terms of tourism, because that we rely heavily on tourism for the US currency. Let us jump quickly to education and training. We have seen what they call a drain in terms of the teaching sector, where we see a lot of teachers migrating because of classroom issues and also salary issues. And we see where the Minister of Education, just before the school term started in September, trying to put some alternative positions, filling those gaps where those teachers had left, migrated. I think the migration of our teachers has a significant impact on the system. I think our teachers over the years have been treated very badly by both governments. No lie about it. The movement of teachers has been awful, in my opinion. And I think our teachers, especially who are the educators of the land, should be treated with dignity and respect. And in doing so, you know, benefits that teachers will feel satisfied with. You know, I mean, the last increase that the government gave to the teachers was a 3% or 5% increase. That is not an increase, in my opinion. I think probably a larger increase would have been feasible. You know, I look at it and I say to myself, you know, the government can spend so much money on other things that are non-essential. Why can't teachers, firefighters, doctors, nurses be paid properly in this country? I think that is a problem that continues to affect our education system, and I think something needs to be done about it. What you say, Educator Berrick?
I mean,
I request that.
Go ahead.
Go on, Rashida.
All right, so
last. Can I cut it short, you know?
all right, so well, I agree that for me personally, I don't think teachers are respected any at all. And if I had the opportunity to leave as well, I would. One, we do so much work. We make all other professions what they are, and we're treated like we are not important to the government. The students are bad, work 24/7, we take home our work, we never stop working. And our parents and the respect that they show us, it's really bad. And for me, it's not, I know you said that it's affecting the economy and it's affecting the government. Really and truly, it's not. Because if you realize that something is affecting the learning of our students, it could be something to try and stop it. But it has been over the years and they're not doing anything. The reason being, they still have teachers' college and they're still teachers' training. So they don't care whether you want to leave or whether you want to stay. They will forever have teachers. That's my point.
Thank you, Miss Berrick. And just sum it up for me very quickly, Mr. Robinson. Go ahead.
I mean, I agree with you, Rashida, all heart. And the point is this, that we should probably just do a study. Any of our politicians, any sense are that teachers, that says it's all. Because if they do have a son or daughter who is a teacher, then probably things would be a little bit more different in terms of the appreciation. But that is, but the thing about it is that we have the institution here. We have everything that is needed to get teachers up to par, not and to get them paid properly. But it's not only Jamaica, you know, because I was looking and there are several other countries within the world have the same issues as we have with teacher migration. And one of the countries that I appreciate a lot when it comes to education is Finland. And I think Jamaica need to adapt some of those principles that
Finland treats their teachers really well.
Right, but that's what we say on education and training for now, because
yes, absolutely. Thank you for that, Mr. Robinson. And you did alluded earlier regarding training and the skills, the lack of skill jobs that's within the economy. That's normally in high demand, so that's the carpenter, the tile and so forth. I think it is up to those that are in charge.
Yes.
To push those skill areas even more and put them and incorporate them as well into the educational syllabus. You know? Quickly, community development. How do you see that going across the country, Mr. Robinson?
Community development is critical. It is the backbone of any country growth and development. Because as our proverb says, a village raise a child. raise a child. And I
Hold
think
on for
that
me. Hold on for me. I think I'm getting a feedback. I'm not sure if it's your side, Mr. Robinson. Can you just check your mic for me? I don't know.
are you hearing me now?
Let me. Yes, go ahead now, Mr. Robinson.
Yes. I think community development is very important. I think we need to spend quality time in our community and to teach and to guide persons what it means to operate as a community. I don't think many persons understand what it really means to operate or to see the development of the whole holistic approach and well-being, the safety, the security, the growth, the nurturing and of children, and the caring of the well-being of person. And there's so much to community that needs to be done. So much.
Thank you for that. And I think I really believe that community development is the core of any form of advancement of a country's people. So that is very critical. The justice system, we saw two major cases recently due to the killings that we had witnessed, of the mother and the children, and then the young lady that the police officer killed, reportedly. And we saw how the judges in those cases handled the matter based on the sentencing. Did you follow up those cases, Mr. Robinson, and what do you think?
I think that's to miss me in this country,
Nothing to miss you.
From the two social media influencer, the big case involved is still before the court where the Chief Justice has not ruled it with the gang, with over 32 persons accused, and so I follow all of these things, and there's so much to discuss on the justice system, and I think we need to reassure citizens that the justice system does work. But I think public education needs to be done. I will touch on one critical point of the justice system, that we get the opportunity to have more JPs in this country, which is a good initiative by the Church. I mean, for the life of me, I've never seen so much JP, and I'm not defending minister. But it's a good initiative that
I think there have been more JPs under the JLP government than the PNP. That is history.
I mean, and that is true. But stick to the mutual. I think the facts speak for itself, and then if we go down the political route, in a case, I mean, the facts are there. But trust me, it's a good initiative that the more JPs and it's not just numerical, but in terms of person able to have access, the quality to get that service that is needed within a short turnaround time, and it's a good initiative. So well that's said. What I would say on the justice. Yeah.
Well said. I think the justice system is getting better, and we let it play its course. The importance of the role of the church in our country in a time like this, where there's so much crime and chaos, and things running rampant across our country, and especially, I think our communities need the church, our security force need the church, our schools need the church. The church it plays a vital role. And I think the church is very important, and we need to get back to that place as a nation, to appreciate and to participate more in the whole matter of being active members in how seek to get things done by inviting the presence of God in every situation. Because we know that with God, we can overcome every obstacle. Mr. Robinson, we know that with God,
the importance of the church in our society is very important. There's no question about that. The importance of the church. From I was born till now, the church continues to play an important role in the society. The church have done so much from educational point of view, where they stabilize and help to nurture a lot of young persons getting an education. The church able to provide moral support. The church is able to give back in economic stability and I think in terms of the spiritual aspect, the church is able to mold persons and to see that God is still able to do great, miraculous things that supersede human expectation. The manifestation and expectation that humans tend to have in man is not reflective of how God does a miracle. And I think that some persons misunderstand how important the church is in today's day society. As some persons alluded, say church time has passed. But if there's any time that we need the church, is now. Is now. COVID have shown us how much the church is so important to the society. I mean, for example, in the COVID, it was the church who was able to provide more care package than I would say any government could ever provide. I mean, where's these people who are usually accused the church of not doing? Where are they now? Why they didn't come out in the COVID time and said that, well, we don't need a church? I would love to hear them now, because if it wasn't for the church, I can tell that Tom and Mary would not have a pot or food to eat that Saturday, that Sunday. I mean, the government 10,000 where them give out could have survived. If it wasn't the church every week in, week out, I would love to hear those people. That church is not relevant.
Let me just quickly get Rashina's take. Rashina, where do you see the role of the church at this time?
Where do I see the role?
Or the importance of the church, or how important do you believe the church is at this time in our country?
All right, good. So I think the church is really, really important. I was listening to Ricardo. He said that, I don't remember the sentence he made, but does the church know their role? Kind of flip it, like, if I think, don't take back my word, I think if the church knew, some of the churches knew their role, what they're here for, the people in the community would have be feeling them more. So some churches are just in the four wall, no evangelism, they're just there expecting that the community is going to just show up, and that's going to be it. So some churches, they have lost their role. And if they figure what their role is within the community, I think we will start feeling them more. Saying that to say that the church is important.
Thank you.
And I take your point to that, Rashina. And I don't know why.
Very quickly, Mr. Roberts, we're closing. Go ahead.
And I know why probably sometimes some church probably lose their role. It comes down to leadership. And sometimes what some pastors, priests, reverend, or bishop lack is that they have to understand that they need to meet the people at their need. That's what Jesus did when he was on earth. And if you in a community and the community does not know that there's a church round the corner, or Pastor Jones' church round here, so it's a sad reality. I've seen cases where I've been to some communities and they don't know that there's a church around the corner or a church on that avenue. And I'm saying that is a sad
but
state of fear.
That's about bringing awareness to the community. The church should bring awareness to the community so persons know where the church is.
And I mean, how could you have a church in our community and members does not know? Anytime you have a church in our community and members do not know that there's a church there, there's a pastor who lead a congregation of 20 or 10 or 50, it's a sad state of affair. That simply means that the members of the community do not know that there's a church, and the church does not function as though they should. And it's a sad state of affair.
It is. And we're going to have to end it there. We're going to have a discussion one of these days on the importance of the church.
Yes, my brother, anytime.
Thank
just
you,
the tip of
Minister
the iceberg.
Robinson. It is the tip of the iceberg indeed. I want to thank my guests, Minister Robinson and Miss Berrick, for joining me this evening. And we're having a wonderful discussion on the state of Jamaica. Indeed, it was fruitful discussion, and I'm sure everybody that's watching agrees. Again, I want to thank everybody for listening, for watching. Remember to continue to watch the videos, leave a comment, subscribe to the channel, and tell a friend about the Rose Corner YouTube channel. It has been a wonderful discussion, and I hope we can be back on the platform sometime to dive more into some of these areas of discussion. Tonight has been about the state of Jamaica, and if you have your own opinion on how you see the state of Jamaica, you can also leave your comments below. Thank you, Minister Robinson. You have yourself a good night. Miss Berrick, same to you as well. And thank you all so much for watching.